All right. Hello. Um, this is kind of just an update video on what's going on with me in the game at the moment. Because the last video I made, I was talking about Kuno and how it was pretty bad trying to play the class. So I used the weapon coupons that I had saved up. It hurt me more than you could possibly know. Um, and rolled over to Nova for now. I have only done this because I have enough coupons to swap back, just to be clear. Um, Currently, I have my Kuno tagged. Normally, I have a Ninja tagged, but I wanted to see if it was any better grinding Sonos, because the new Calpheon Hadoom spots are now released. And I went there on my Nova, and I was having a bit of a struggle um, when I got some of the events. I think I just need to be better with my forward guard skills to absorb more damage and get more Star's Breath out of him. But I still wanted to test Kuno because I still like Kuno. But yeah, so I've been playing this in AOS as well. Not recently because currently I work evenings. So like the time slot for AOS is exactly when I work. Like I think it opens up at 5 p.m. for me, and I have to be at work around 4 to 3:30 at the moment, and I'm there till like 10:30. So I get home around 10:30 to 11, we'll say, which means I have like an hour to play. But that's assuming I don't shower or anything, and it's fucking hot outside right now. So I work at a factory, so I get really, really sweaty, nasty, and I pretty much have to come home, shower, and eat, and then I get to play, which means I can play maybe 2 games. And that just makes me mad, so I don't play at all. So yeah, currently I haven't played yet, but since this is the weekend now, I'll get the chance to play some more. I may go back in on a Kuno a little bit. We'll see. I probably not. I really don't want to. It's like asthma in the game, Kuno. But yeah, so I've been playing Nova, Awakening Nova. So I think my first like video was about Awakening Nova. I was very excited about the class. I liked how fast it was. It was like the fastest class at the time. Now I still think like Kuno's faster. Suck Ninja in certain scenarios is faster, things like that. But yeah, it's also way less popular, so I don't feel bad about playing it, and it's not overpowered like it used to be, since the reworks have pretty much boosted many other classes. They actually did boost Nova in particular as well, just not in PvP, only in PvE. They actually nerfed her PvP. They nerfed a lot of her Excel damage, um, but buffed its PvE damage. Anyway, so last AOS, I got to 1412, I believe, was my ranking, just shy of the top 200 or something, um, which is all right considering how little I got to play. My win rate wasn't incredible. I want to say it was like 60% or 65%, something like that. Pretty decent. Um, Definitely not fucking Armin over here with his giga win percent. I'm probably more, around this area right here. The 65, 62. Jesus Christ. That's ridiculous. Anyway, so the reason I chose Nova is one, because I've played it before and I know the class. For those of you who may not know, when Norelio hosted a tournament almost a year ago, I think, Yale asked me to be on his team, and I went with him, and and then someone else, and we got third place. Um, and I was on Awakening Nova, which was one of the best classes in 3Es at the time. So I do have some knowledge on how to play the class. I've had to kind of rebrush up. I haven't really played it in 3s at all since maybe since the tournament, honestly. Probably a little past the tournament. I'm sure I did a little more 3v3s. But yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm just on an over right now. Kuno's very much a dead class. Reezy, who is the Kuno that won both tournaments, the best in class tournaments on with gear and without gear on trials. He won both of them. He's on a Nova. He told me he's probably going to swap to Nova like me when a Caffers event happens, because I think he's a built evasion at the moment, which doesn't work very well on a Nova. But yeah, trying to grind Kuno at Sonals, I kept running out of stamina because my gear's kind of low. I can't absorb hits with SA very much. I have to S block. I have to go step. All or tendon cutter around, move around, not get hit basically. And all of those things now consume stamina. And in a fight, Kuno cannot regenerate stamina at all. You just don't have options to reasonably do that. I guess I shouldn't say it all because there's going to be that one guy in the comments, oh, your Shadow Explosion regenerates stamina. Shut the fuck up. Yes, it does, but it's so short. It doesn't really count. You burn through what stamina it regenerates in the next go step. So yeah, it's really bad. Like I said, I'm gonna go back to my ninja tag. I just wanted to test it at Sonals. Um, if I had more DP, I would love to go to Rudums. I went there a little bit, and it was a lot of fun because all the mobs basically run to you, and there's a lot of them. But I just don't have the DP for it. It recommends like 360 DP. Sonal recommends 330 DP, and I'm struggling a bit there. Yeah, my gear hasn't changed. I did put in 2 levels of Caffers here so I could hit 301 with Awakening. All my other Caffers has been going here. Trying to get this to C10. I need a Turos partner. A friend of mine might come back to play the game, and maybe they'll help me grind Turos. I have other people I can ask. I just need to not be lazy about it, because I'm pretty close at this point. It's just Caffres, which isn't hard to get, especially with like you can go to History now with how when they updated it, you get a lot of Caffres there. It's good money. It barely burns any Agris. It's like less than a little over 20k your daily Agris in an hour on my Nova at least. It was like 21k I want to say. And you make like 600 mil an hour. It's very, very good. So if you're like you grind an hour a day, I very highly recommend Histria. You go there with a blue loot scroll, you pop your Agris, any other buffs you may want, because those scrolls do add up. You get like 40 to 50 of them. It's crazy. Okay, maybe not that high. Let me think. 40 might actually be pretty realistic. We'll say 35 to 45. But yeah, it's actually, I have it in Garmoth somewhere. Oh, whoops. Don't me just browsing memes on Imager. Let me check Garmoth real quick, because I have a couple hours that I put down. I don't usually track my hours, but I was curious. I don't know how to use this website. It's so wonky. I just want to check my hours. Why isn't there a button that just goes to... There probably is. I just don't see it. This is so scuffed. History. There we are. Loading, loading, loading. Yeah, okay. So, okay, why would you do that? Don't mind this. I decided that trying to track every stupid little buff that I have was a dumb idea. Now that you can just go to... hello? You can just check whatever your drop percent is at. So instead of trying to find every single buff that I have, I just put in the percent buff. So this hour I was at 273. I was a little less here, but yeah, 41 scrolls, 35, 50 Caffres, 40 Caffres. I think I had some beforehand, because this doesn't quite add up, does it? But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty damn good money. And this was on my Kuno. This wasn't even on my Nova, who was getting more trash per hour. So, yeah. Anyway. Anything else to update on? I feel like I'm missing something. There's like one other thing I wanted to talk about. Um, I I'll probably talk about it next video or something. But yeah, if you want like a kind of a pseudo guide on Awakening Nova, it's a very fun class. I'll say it right now. It's not Giga OP. I wouldn't even call it broken. I'm not even trying to call it strong. I'd probably just call it balanced at the moment. At least in AOS, right? With geared, it kind of depends it's who are you fighting, what's your gear, what's their gear, it doesn't matter. But in AOS, everyone has the same gear. So I'd probably call it yeah, middle of the pack, maybe slightly higher. It's not Giga OP or anything, like fucking Suck Ninja or Dracania or Suck Caster or Musa or a Warrior or Zerker or DK. Though this person will literally die. They will literally die swearing that DK is weak and needs buffs, no matter how strong it is. Uh, yeah. All the Novas you see up here are Succession. At least I'm fairly certain. There might be one or two. I think this dude plays Awakening. Um, but yeah. Wow, Forever Ham's playing. Actually doing PvP. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much everything. If you want a Nova grind guide or whatever, or PvP guide, PvE guide, whatever, I could do either or. Um, Nova is a fairly sweaty grind. I'll just say it right now, but it's not very difficult. It's just you're pressing a lot of buttons pretty quickly. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So TLDR, I guess. Not really playing Kuno except to test it out in certain places because I still like the class. Just playing Nova because it's fun. It's not Giga OP or anything, in case anyone was wondering. Um, yeah. If you are looking to swap off Kuno, I would suggest Nova or Suck Ninja. Suck Ninja, in terms of how you press your buttons, it plays a little different, but functionally it's more or less the same. It just has more skirmish ability than Kuno does. And it's very, very good in AOS, but it's harder to play. Nova, easier to play. Does take a bit of knowledge, I would say, to use it properly. I've seen a lot of people say like Awaken Nova feels very weak. That's not my experience, but again, I already have prior arena experience on the class, so maybe that's what it is. Yeah, yeah, that's all. If you have any buff ideas for Kuno, please go, post on the forums or something. I don't know. I've made a forum post. I made a Reddit post. I don't really know what else I can do. Maybe they'll see that there's no Kunos in the top 10 or whatever, and they'll be like, huh, maybe we did kill it a little too hard. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. I will see you next video. Just let me know if you want like a Nova kind of guide or maybe some arena videos. I don't know if I can do that though. My editing skills are literally trash. I think I can just cut something together though. It won't be amazing. But yeah, I'll be streaming some AOS today, tomorrow, probably, give or take, whatever I feel like it. Yeah, peace.